Grand Rising, Grand Rising. This is the Straight Talk Morning Show. My name is Andre Hill, your host, and we have an esteemed guest, a list of chiefs and co-hosts this morning. I always introduce our chairman, Terrence Lake. How you doing in Detroit, sir?
Grand Rising, everyone. I'm doing great. We got some snow today, so
Ooh,
winter is almost here, but we got some snow. But
mm,
we've had a beautiful fall, so I can't complain. How's everyone else?
Hey, man, I think we're doing good. I
yeah,
think we're
I'm
doing.
well. I'm well. It's very cold down here. We don't have any snow, and hopefully we won't have any snow, but it's very cold.
Okay.
All
And we
right,
both
so
are here in Georgia. So we
All
Mhm.
right.
Okay.
So we have Mama Chief and Mama Callie on,
I'm
and
good.
these are elders, seniors, the wise women of Aboriginal movement, the collective that's going to resurrect our people from the brink. Um, Mama Callie, can you say hello, good morning to us?
Well, good morning, everyone, or good night, grand rising. So we're not mourning this day. We're
Thank
very
you.
happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yes, I was trying to lift my thing up. Maybe I need another.
Oh, you're looking
Well,
good. You're right in the center.
oh, well, okay. Um, yeah, everything is very going well. I'm just very delighted to be here amongst such esteemed individuals, and happy also to always be able to speak on relevant topics. There's so much BS out here, and we're all tired of it. Almost didn't want to talk today because of the fact that there's so much BS out here.
I feel you.
So thank you very much. I'm happy that I was able to get up and get myself together to be here with you. Thank you very much.
All right. So also we have Mama Chief, and Mama Chief is the fire to this whole organization. She wakes everybody up, and if you're not pushing it, she will put some fire up on it and get it going. How you doing this morning, Mama Chief?
Great continuation, y'all. I say great continuation because it is a continuation from our restoration and re-resurrected. And I say great continuation to everyone.
Uh,
Great,
Good.
glad to be here. Honored to be here with Mama Callie. She is, I tell everybody, I've always known her for a long time. She is my godmother. I don't use the word God that much, but just to put the place where it needs to be. She is the one that reared me into this place where I am now. So I owe all of my honor to Mama Callie, irregardless to other things that have went on in the midst of our people. She's the one that brought me into this to where I continued in my own steps. So thank you, Mama Callie.
Oh, it's always my pleasure. Anybody that will wake up with the word, it's time for them. The time has come. Yes.
Absolutely. So that this is going to be one great collaboration. Also, we have my son, the engineer, Andre Hill Jr. Hey, man, you're still in Nashville. You don't have your video on, and my video is out because of some weird technical difficulties. So, hey, man, how things in Nashville?
That's all good. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. It's all good up here in the Ville. It's finally cold, or at least in comparison to our Florida weather. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of enjoying it because I did want a little break from the heat down there, but I got it, and I had enough of it, and so I'm coming on back down to Florida.
Okay. I thought they were holding you hostage.
No, no,
All
no,
right.
no. Had
Well,
a lot of family to see.
oh yeah. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to read the topics for today. This is going to be a fired up broadcast because we have some powerhouses on here this morning. So I posted our topics, the typical good afternoon family tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Straight Talk Network morning show. An Aboriginal American woman explains how she went into the future and saw the fate of Aboriginal people, formerly known as Black, African, and Negro Americans. Is she correct in her assessment? Also, Aboriginal chiefs will appear on the show to explain the benefits of joining an Aboriginal nation. We are confused about reparations. Also, what does the ceasefire in Northern Africa really mean? Are the ETs finally intervening? Use the link above to view live at Amare Day on YouTube. So we're going to get right into this. Hey man, do you have the video? The sister talking about her travel into the future.
You're on mute.
So
Once we load it up.
So this video to set it up, when I saw it, I was thoroughly impressed with it. You know, and I think our people, the Aboriginal people, really need to hear and see something. I have not verified her source. I don't know her name. I was just excited by her energy. And you know, it's some, you know, I attended a meeting in the last 72 hours, and I was amongst some other cultures. And these other cultures, they felt very uncomfortable in my presence. And, you know, I can read body language to tell that, okay, why are you feeling uncomfortable? You don't know me or that kind of thing. But I felt that they were like not embarrassed, but they knew something was being planned. And they didn't necessarily. Okay, here's the video. Can you play it from the beginning?
Would you spend your time now if I told you that we win in the future? If I tell you I went to the future and we won the long game, yeah, we might have some heavy battles coming up, but we are going to win the long game. Freedom, truth, justice, love, it all prevails, okay? Everybody who is a president, a head of state, a dictator, a leader of a large multinational company, all of these people who run institutions, countries, etc., they all have psychics. They all have astrologers. Some of them have tarot readers, and they know exactly what is coming, what is upon us now. Pluto in Aquarius. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius, we had both the French and the American Revolution. This is the time for the people to rise up. This is the time for people to take back the power. We can all feel all of this stuff crumbling around us. Now, if you know that we're going to win, which we are, what you're actually seeing around you, because I see so many people running scared right now. People are absolutely terrified. And there's not a reason to be scared, but there's not a reason to be completely just stuck, right? You should not be spending so much time in the news cycle that you make yourself fearful and depressed, okay? How would you spend your time now if I told you that we win in the future?
Okay, so before I want to pass the ball to Mama Callie and get her thoughts on this. What struck me about this particular video it was some timing. I also had a vision, and I went into the future, and I was standing on Main Street in West Tampa, and I saw these elaborate futuristic buildings, and they resemble some building structures of what I saw on a website of an African nation that's coming together, organizing an economic platform to do business with each other. And so all of this is starting to come together. So I was excited about that. Mama Kelly, what are your thoughts on this woman's prediction?
Well, she's certainly very, very correct about, the new age. I actually wrote about the global transformations. I don't know if you are aware of the book that I published, 3 years ago? Hold on, because it's right here behind me. Let me get it. What's this? Global transformations, the rise of feminine power, and the ascension of the Ethiopian king. Okay, now we know that the feminine power is on the rise. Everyone is actually acknowledging the fact that the matriarchy, it's time for the matriarchy to come back in. Of course, patriarchy has gotten us to the brink of a nuclear war right now, but as the sister said, they're not going to win. It's just impossible for them to win at this time simply because their time is up. We have we had that 20 years of Pluto in Capricorn. Now, Pluto also represents transformation, and it basically, the energy of Pluto destroys what's in place, making way for the rise of the new. You cannot transfer from one age into another, without actually destroying what's there already. A lot of people are upset. Oh, my job, this, that, and the other. How am I going to make it? But we have to let go of the past so that we can journey into a future. Now, there are many things happening outside of Pluto traveling through Capricorn, and Capricorn actually represents the system that's in place. It represents institutions. It represents governments. It represents the powers that be. Okay. Well, those powers are finished now. We could see the powers falling all around us, right? Any day, all the time. And when the sister whose video we just saw, when she said that, oh, okay, we're going to be seeing this change going. Well, absolutely, because not only did Pluto move through Capricorn and tear down the institutions, the government. Many people don't know that there is no United States of America government. There isn't. It went defunct in 2019, and it's been trying its the best to avoid bankruptcy and being bailed out by China many, many times. But this time, China said they're not going to bail them out again. It's because the United States it never keeps its word. It'll say, okay, we'll do this, we'll do that, and then you turn around and the government stabs you again in the back. And so this is one of the changes, Pluto moving through Capricorn. Another one is the change of the ages. We are moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, So it's really interesting that the Capricorn, I mean, the age is going into Aquarius at the same time now that Pluto is going into Aquarius. And so we have a double whammy, of changes, and we're going to have to adjust to it. It's not going to be to our detriment, but it's going to be difficult. We're going to have some hard times coming, okay? but it's not going to be destructive, especially for us. We are the chosen ones. We are the original autochthonous people on this planet, period. And so it's time for us to rise, but we have to be very, very vigilant in changing, deciding, what change we are going to go toward. We have to start working on it. We can't just sit around and twiddle our thumbs and say, oh, this, that. We have to be very, very vigilant in being progressive and doing what's necessary to change ourselves. Like, for instance, growing food, which is I'm very much involved in uh, a women's farming group and a national farming group as well. And so we're working really hard on what our people have forgotten to do. Believe me, they've forgotten how to feed themselves. And so I'm involved with the group that's doing that now, learning, well, I've been doing it all my life. When I came along, everybody had a garden in their backyard. I grew up in North Carolina, and everyone had a garden and fruit trees in their backyard. And so what their belief was that, you have the youngest child put the seeds in the ground, and that would grow like the child grows. And so I was always in the garden because I was my mother's baby. I was the 13th child. And so I was the one out there with her in the garden. And when she was canning and doing things like that, I was always there when the women gathered. And that was a collective thing. We did things together at that time. And nobody at that time, nobody went without because everybody helped. We have lost that, but we have time to regain it because we're going to be forced. I mean, sometimes I feel kind of bad because I think our people aren't listening, they're not trying, they're not moving forward. But I realize that, we're not going to all be there. Some are going to be left behind. And I think the sister said that she had that vision or something like that. But anyway, I'm very, very happy to be able to contribute and tell you some of the things that I know about. We have a globe, polar shift coming too, as well. And as the book that I just showed you, the rise of feminine power and the ascension of the Ethiopian king. Well, I'm not talking about a person. It is the new pole star that comes in when the pole shift has actually completed. It's moving now because the North Pole is over Russia right now. But when when the complete shift happens, then we will see the North Star as Cephas, the Ethiopian king. Okay, so that's where the Ethiopian king come from. It's at the polar circle where anywhere from 4 to 6,000 years, we see a rise of a new pole star. Well, this is what's going to happen at the end of the shift, okay? And it is happening. I mean, you can see it, you can feel it. The people, the Eskimos and the Siberians that live at the North Pole, they say the sun is not setting where it used to be. And so, these are the changes that are coming. They are in progress right now. And so we have to be readying ourselves for survival. I'm talking about real survival. I'm not talking about, we have to be very, very progressive in what we need to be thinking and doing and organizing ourselves, because we are so disorganized right now. And you wonder where you're going to get your allies, you know? So that's what I want to add to that question.
Hey, Mama Kelly, I mean, that was a superb explanation. You know, that ties into our topic of why our people need to be prepared to join an Aboriginal movement, because, you know, after 400 years, we've been traumatized. And we need to do like the butterfly, to go into a cocoon and heal ourselves, and then come out with the beautiful wings. But I think that this is setting up the platform for our people to understand. You got a group of elders here that's going to guide you. You know, Mama Kelly's got many years of experience, and so let's keep moving. Mama Chief, what's your take on this woman's prediction?
She's muted.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Where you
Well,
at?
here I am. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
we can't see you. Turn your video on.
I don't want to be on the camera.
Oh, come on. Okay, thank you.
Hey, y'all. Great continuation. Well, giving honor to my ancestors, first of all. Chief Murmuring Spring Whisper Powhatan, Morning Flower Powhatan, Morning Flower Powhatan Tribe, the Emperor Big Chief Wanasuka Powhatan, the father of Matak, aka Pocahontas, Cleopatra, the Shawnee Powhatan Indian, Price Pride Carpenter, Water Beaver, aka Amadiva Rainmaker, Chief Winanawa Great Eagle. I give honor to my 17th great grandparents. I go back 17 generations of the Powhatan Indians. And I give honor to all of them that came before me. And I stand on their shoulders and I cry their tears and I feel their pain every day. So, with that being said, it's about ancestral lineage for me. For its people with their prophecies or their, inner things, that's all well and good. We need those people to lead us for spirituality, I think. I think they play a great role in our development as a people. But overall, I think we just need to understand what has happened to us as a people, how we got here as a people. Because in the 1860, that war that everybody talk about, they were bringing people from Afghanistan. They was bringing people from Africa. They was bringing people from all over this place, bringing them into this place to subdue us. These were the people who was in the wars. These was the people who got grants to be here and stuff. So we need to understand how we got here, first of all. And we cannot include everybody because they got the same color on the planet. That just don't work for me. So I'll land right there.
Okay. So, in terms of what I love about what Mama Kelly did in explaining the astronomy and the astrological alignment of this. Hey, son, unmute, because you know you are the astrologist, and can you interpret that for your generation, or do you just want to confirm what she's saying?
Oh no, I just want to confirm what Mama Kelly said. Did absolutely wonderful. I'll just add this one piece. The transit of Pluto into Aquarius, and the Pluto, it's the planet Pluto itself, or let's say the dwarf planet. Um, it rules Scorpio. It rules the sign of Scorpio, and so its attributes deal with the investigative and truth-seeking powers that Scorpio has. And so what it does is it's also a instrument of revelation. So in this case, it now being well, let's go back. See, when it was in Capricorn, we had great revelations and experiences of various types of governments and all of their roles and throws and experience spectrum for 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 however long it was in Capricorn. Now um, we're going to see a transit into Aquarius, and when we think in Aquarius, we're thinking the future, the technological future, and Pluto is going to unveil what that's going to look like to us. Right. So a lot of the stuff that we talked about, as far as the transhumanism, um, the the shift in paradigm from everybody thinking that or feeling that they have to be under one particular type of regime, because Aquarius don't work like that. Aquarius is a very individualistic. So it's gonna Pluto's gonna help. Pluto in Aquarius is gonna help us um, innovate and realize some new ways of life that are going to be eccentric and unique, but also forward thinking. But like I said, but Mama Callie did a great job elaborating on that. So long story short, yeah, I just want to confirm that and yeah, just say we've got some good stuff to look forward to with this Pluto and Aquarius. It ain't gonna be all easy, but it's gonna be it's gonna be a time to be had. I can just say that.
Can I say this? Mama Kelly, she is the astrology mama. She's very, very experienced and deep into that. So I need y'all to show me and guide me along the way, because I am not. So let me just make that clear. It's nothing I got against it, which I grew up reading my horoscope every morning before I went to school. So I do have a, a insight, but I'm not nowhere near where you guys at. So pardon me for that. Okay.
Well, no problem with that, because that's the beauty of our council of elders. We all have expertise in different lanes. And so, hey, Chairman, I'm really excited with these powerful women that we have here, because, our mission, Chairman, even though we the last line of defense, we're gonna put the young boys out there first. But I'm glad to grab shoulders with you to protect these beautiful women, the elders, the council. And I'm not intimidated by the female energy rising into position, because they are sensible. They're the nurturers. They're the first teachers, And so within our construct and our council of elders, we have these beautiful, powerful sisters guiding our tribe out of this horrible situation. What's your thoughts on this, Chairman?
Well, first thing, this one song hit my spirit. Everything must
Oh,
change.
that's my song. Oh,
Nothing stays the same. The young becomes the old, and mysteries do unfold. There are not many things in life you can be sure of,
Same time.
except
except
the rain fall
falls
from the
from the sky.
clouds, the sun lights up the
Up the sky.
sky, and
Hummingbirds
hummingbirds do
do
fly.
Yes.
That
fly.
song hit my spirit because of the
Everything must
conversation we were
change.
talking about. Absolutely. And the
Hmm.
change is the feminine power. I wrote a book also titled God's Child. And a
Hmm.
part of my book is that women will eventually take control and lead the way because they've been held down for so long. It's not that they're not qualified, they're more than qualified, but that change is happening and I see it. And there are a lot of us men that got strong mothers that taught us how to respect women, and we're right there by your side, if not in front of you, making that way. And it's just a beautiful day. And this young generation, they are ready. I mean, all children are God's children and they have this supernatural spirit, but they've got to be led and shown the way, and they can do it. That's how we get advances in society today. It's from the younger generation. You know, when you get a certain age, you know, you're just trying to give your good blessings and grace, you know, for that young generation. But we've got to allow them to, you know, just go out there and conquer what they will because it's in them. And this is just beautiful. And I love the way I see people coming together of all nationalities. You know, they're showing you on television that you can't escape it anymore. Back in the day, 60, 70 years ago, okay, yeah, prejudice and racism, it exists big time. But it's changing. It's changing for the better. And we got to come together to just implement that change. Do what we can to be positive and just make things better. It won't change if we don't make it change. There will be changes, but there'll be some changes that we don't want. So let's come together. That's my take.
Hey, Chairman, you know, I'm glad to hear, you know, I know you in Detroit. I'm glad Motown didn't get you before we got you. You might be somewhere where David Ruffin is right now, man. But yeah, that was a beautiful rendition of that. The change is at hand. So
Yes.
you know, I'm really excited, and these beautiful queens, you know, is within our council of elders, and with that experience and knowledge to the younger generations, you know, you can come to us if you have an idea. And the way we're set up is that, you know, we, the elders, we make decisions, but we get input from the younger generations to come to us, and then we will provide you with our many years of experience explaining how we can get things done, and then you implement it. But the primary objective is us separating to a point so that we can go into that cocoon and start the healing process, and then coming out and demonstrating by example. And that's the secret formula as to bringing our people together. You know, I was speaking with a woman from South Africa earlier this morning, and you know, I you know said I told her I hadn't had much experience dealing with people from South Africa other than my understanding what Nelson Mandela was, the apartheid, and that sort of thing. But one of the things that we are aware of, you know, as leaders, in South Africa, there is total disharmony right now.
Oh,
There
yes.
is chaos, confusion.
Mhm.
She sent me a video of just how bad it is. And I said, well, are the Europeans still having an effect? Are they acting in a stealth manner to disrupt, you know, the Aboriginals of South Africa from implementing a government? So no, she said no. All of the leaders and the main people in place are Black people, Aboriginals. You know, and I was somewhat disturbed about it, and I said, well, it had to be still the effects of colonization. You know, I believe that the Catholic Church and their decree had a tremendous harm on the entire planet with their religious ideologies. But it's not good there. And so one of the things that I want to encourage with our collective, you know, how do we fix that? How do we, Mama Kelly, how do we, you know, when Black folks start moving in a position of leadership, of controlling the narrative, what are we going to do to avoid what's happening in South Africa?
Okay. First and foremost, everybody look like us ain't us. Okay.
Thank you, Mama Callie.
And that has been
Yeah.
the problem for the last 400 or 500 years, because we assume that people that look like us have our best interests at heart. That's not true. The
Thank you,
way
Mama Callie.
that it has been set up is to you indoctrinate a certain percentage. W.E.B. Du Bois said the talented 10%. Well, they got their sororities, fraternities, and they've got the head, the boule. But their job is to make sure that we never actually achieve anything, period. That we are always the underclass. That is the objective of that so-called talented 10%. But they're not talented, they're indoctrinated. And they're indoctrinated in white supremacy. That's what they know, that's what they believe in, that's what they do. And they do it to their dying day because they did a blood, what do you call it, promise, a blood oath.
Blood oath of sacrifice. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Mama
And
Callie. Get
the
it.
higher you go, the more it gets involved, sacrifice, up to the point where now, I mean, all you have to do is you look through, well, they put the blackface of out there. What's the guy's name? Diddy. Yeah, I had heard of him. I didn't know about much about that because that was not my. Oh, there you are.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh, you got
so
the right
Hey.
button. Okay.
Yeah, there you
finally
go.
got it working.
Okay.
And so, that is the problem.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I think that our first thing, I want to say something about to the chairman. I believe that we can't just run out there and embrace everybody that says that they want to move into the Aquarian age and peace and justice. No. Mm-mm. I watched too much and saw too much in these years. The 1960s, 1970s. I was there and I saw it, and so I saw what people did. But and so I know that we can't just embrace everybody. We can't. We got to work on ourselves first. If we open the gates to everybody, let's all us come in. We brothers and sisters. No, we're not. How could we actually think that people who have actually supported the Khazarian mafia, and I say that not to say the word that other folk would you, how could they who benefited from the last 500 years, and actually are the real criminals out here? I mean, the real criminals. How can we expect them, just because things are going bad for them over in the Middle East, and they're about to be dissolved? How can we expect them? They've been at the top, at the universities, the corporations, the churches, the leadership everywhere, the banks, the insurance companies, and they were the CEOs and the management and everything, and they benefited. They gonna turn around and tell us they on our side right now, and you believe it? Hey, I saw somebody said, if you believe that, then I got some property on the moon I want to sell you. I got some. Y'all want some? I'll give you
Yes,
some.
ma'am.
Yeah, I got the deeds right here.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
so, I mean, we can't be that naive. We just cannot be that naive.
Cannot,
And
Mama.
anybody who want to come in here, with us and say everybody's welcome. Everybody ain't welcome. We got to take care of ourselves first.
I'm so glad to hear you say it, Mommy. I
We
am
got to
glad
do
to hear
that.
that because I was concerned.
Otherwise, we will still be in the same place.
I feel everything you saying, Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, in the next age, we'll be going back. Okay, it goes backwards. So we'll be leaving the Aquarian age, going back into the age of Capricorn. Because the precession of the equinoxes goes backwards through. We just finished the Piscean age. It goes backwards, the precession, what they call the precession of the equinoxes. It goes backwards through the zodiac. And I mean, that's another 4 to 6,000 years before we get into a new age. Well, actually, it's 2,000. I was thinking of the North Star. It's about 2,200 years that will be in the age of Capricorn after the age of Aquarius. Well, look, that means that it's going to be very, very serious at that time. I want to go back and say something about the rise of the feminine power to show you what the lady in the video was saying. Yes, in fact, I saw a quote from Warren Buffett. He says, millionaires don't have astrologers, but billionaires do. In other words, billionaires have astrologers. Millionaires probably they don't have astrologers, but billionaires do, because
Absolutely.
they will follow to the letter the energies that are at work on this planet. Okay. And so another thing that I want to add is the fact that because they knew that it was time for the matriarchy to move forward and up, what they did was put a whole lot of our Negro women, those of the
Hmm.
talented 10,
Yes,
they put
ma'am.
them in positions after they had been thoroughly indoctrinated,
Yes, ma'am.
blood oath to
Hmm.
APAC, that feeds them so that they can move out of the neighborhoods that they represent and go and sit up there scared that the white folks around them are going to come with a gun or a cross one night burning. You know
Teach.
what I mean? And so, I mean, uh, when in
Hmm.
1993, I think it was, we received, my husband and I, we received a message from Ethiopia. It was a fax at that time because, we didn't have telephones that could reach. They didn't even have telephones, a whole lot of folks, but we got a fax, saying that there was a prophet in Ethiopia who wanted to give us a message. And so that was 1993. It was 96 when we finally got there because there were so many things intervening between that, including what I call the cosmic prophecies of San Francisco. But so in 1996, we did go to the Ethiopia because the prophet said we have to come to him for the message. And so we went in 1996. And we stopped in Egypt, and that's a whole nother story. But when we arrived in Ethiopia, we took a long journey, to go to the top of a mountain there at the source of the Nile. And the prophet told us that we should return to America and tell the women that they will be leading the world. That was the message. Just go tell the women born in the, Aboriginal diaspora, tell them that they would be the ones who would lead the world. And not only that, they would be changing the world. And
Wow.
so these billionaires, they knew that too, And so what did they do? They trained their house Negroes and put them in place, made sure that they were absolutely indoctrinated, and put them in charge.
Boulets. They call the boulets today.
The Boule and the Talented
And the
Ten. I mean,
talented
sororities,
sororities, all the
all of those
colleges.
sororities and,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
everything got them all so that they believe that, hey, they got it going on. That because they believe that they are the chosen ones, because that's what the Europeans told them. So hey, they got on 6-inch heels and two-inch fingernails,
Red
and
bottoms.
I mean the whole thing. And so they put them in place,
Yes, ma'am.
to try to preempt the original Aboriginal indigenous cultures that of women who would be rising. But so you see what they've done in the cities of America. They did the same thing down there in South Africa. You talk to a woman down there, look, it's the boule down there, which I don't know what they call them,
You see
Yeah.
how
but,
light they've gotten?
what's that?
I say, do you see how light those Africans has gotten? They are all bleaching their
Oh, no,
skin
no, no,
these
no.
days
South
too.
Africa, they have a lighter hue.
No, I'm talking about the darker ones. They're bleaching their skin.
Oh, well, I
Yeah,
mean, look at Haiti. Look at us.
yeah. That's what I'm
We got
saying.
folks. I remember back in the day, our people would use the bleaching cream, but I think that, well, I don't know because I don't even know where you buy it. But there are people who are still bleaching their skin. I know they do it religiously in West Africa. You know, you can see from the movies, these women.
Yeah, we did a build on that. Even pale skins. That's why they can be real white. They bleach too. Yeah, we did a
Oh,
whole
do
build
they?
on that. Yes,
Well,
ma'am. A
I don't
lot of people
know.
bleach. Yeah, they
Yeah,
bleach.
I really don't know about that. But I do know that, it's just they've been trying to usurp the real people, the Aboriginal, the autochthonous people. They're to usurp that. And they knew, because they knew what was coming. They knew that there would be a rise of the feminine power. So this is uh, we have to. They will fall with their people.
They masters.
They gonna fall with them, and then they're gonna run around in circles trying to catch up with the Aboriginal. But we can't have those infiltrators, and that's the reason. And even if they do all look like us, we gotta vet them.
Yeah, they got to
You
be
know,
vetted. They got to be vetted. But let me
oh,
say
they
this.
got to be.
Look like we got about
Otherwise, we will get nowhere.
look like we got about 9 minutes. Do you just
Oh,
do an hour,
really?
right?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
I was
I just
coming to you next anyway.
I know it. I know it. I just wanted to jump in and say, based on the fact of the feminine energy, and I'm finna go somewhere, y'all. And these people have induced another form of femininity into the world. We
Mm-hmm.
have these homosexuals that
Oh,
have had
goodness.
sex change, that are literally ancestor worshiping and talking all of the same things that the women are talking. No, I'm sorry, that the women are supposed to be talking. That's a problem. We got men that are saying they're women that are talking what the feminine energy is supposed to be talking. We got feminine women that are supposed to be women that are doing what the men's are doing. They have flipped the script on us. Therefore, a lot of women don't even know their feminine place. We got boys being women, y'all.
I
It's
know.
serious. This is a serious situation we're in. So we got to be careful about the people that we do say are us. Everybody brown on the planet, but they was not us. That's how
Yes.
we got infiltrated because of everybody looking like us, sitting next to us talking about, what's up, cuz? No, you're not my cousin. You're an immigrant and you're here to take my place. When we realize that these people came here to do us in and to take our place and replace us, take our land, take us off of land. See, because
Yep.
you remember the movement back a while ago was about, oh, we from over there and we gotta go home. Remember, they was trying to get us off this land, leave America. What is that? Get away from her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we didn't go because we
Come
were
what?
stuck
Come
here.
out of her.
Come out of
Come
her,
out.
my people. Yes, ma'am. That's what I was trying to get to. Yes, ma'am. You know, but I just wanted to ask you, Mama Kelly, can I share your something you shared with me a long time ago? Uh,
Sure.
because of the fact that me and you on here together and we come from a long way together. You gave me this, and I know she's a. This is what Mama Kelly gave me years ago. Can y'all see this? Wait a minute. Where is it? Now y'all can't see it. Anyway, it says, I'm going to read it. And it's Mama Kelly. It is your mother. You remember the picture you showed me, your mother
Oh, my mama. Yeah.
in the school,
Oh, yeah.
in the Indian
You know,
school?
my mother went to an Indian school in
Talk
North
about
Carolina.
it.
Hmm.
Go ahead and talk about it.
No, you talking.
Oh, okay. So this is a picture I always treasure it and I always like to talk about it. Mama Kelly's mama right here with her little pigtail sticking up on her head.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
says the Croatan Normal School of Pembroke, North Carolina. So her
Hmm.
mom was in an Indian school. So I dare people to sit and tell us we're not who we say we are. The reason I'm sharing is because me and Mama got records of who we are, and people want to deny
Right.
us being Indians on this land. We are from this land. We own this land. And it says Croatan Indians not a tribe. They were a creation of the European settlers as a way of covering many tribes under one banner.
Hmm.
You see, Croatans, according to the legend, was the only clue that left by the Virginia colonists when
Yeah.
Captain James Smith returned from England to report on the newly settled land.
Right.
All the Virginian settlers had disappeared. The word Croatan was carved on a tree.
Yeah. That's true. So that is the name of the school that was actually built to re-educate the indigenous people there in
Pembroke.
southeastern North Carolina, where my mother was, where my people came from, So, I mean, I have absolute proof of that and go back with records. I still got to go back. I mean, I've only gone back a several to two to three generations. I really haven't, but that's like about five generations for everybody else because my mother was 45 when I was born. She was born in 1900. My her mother was born in 1880. And then I have records of my great grandmother. She was on the 1840 census. So that's only three generations, but it's about five or maybe even six generations for other people. You know what I mean?
And I go
So
back to,
anyway, yeah. So I didn't realize I had given you that.
yes, ma'am, you
A
did.
picture of
Years.
my mother in
The,
that Indian
the
school.
whole school. Yes,
Uh
ma'am.
huh.
But
Yeah.
my generation goes back to 14. I go back to 1424.
Well, you're lucky,
Wow.
honey. I haven't taken the time to try to trace it that far back,
So I got
but I
17.
need to.
I got 17 great grandparents. So
Oh
I
my
have a
goodness.
list of from 17 all the way down.
Wow.
Mm.
That is absolutely supernatural because our people think that we all came over from Africa on the boats. And then one of the strategic moves that the Europeans made, and I think this law is still on the books in Virginia, they changed our status from Aboriginal or Native to Negroes to take away our nationality. So this is
Oh,
what
yeah.
we're encouraging our people by joining our nation. The young sisters, you got to see the power in these two elders. They're going to mentor you. If you're not feeling the boule game of having to sell your body to pay your rent, compromise yourself, these sisters are going to lead you out of that confusion into a wholesomeness of a virtuous woman. And the men that we're bringing in, that the chairman and I, and even my son, are mentoring, we're teaching them to be men,
Yeah.
and that's what
We
this
need
thing is
that.
all about. We're going to have to do a part 2 of this because we want to talk about Mama Chief, Mama Kelly. We want to talk about the benefits, and I think you guys can explain it more eloquently, because you are the technicians, and the benefits that when they become a part of our nation, our movement, our organizational structure. I have a Mama Kelly. I have taken right here in my hometown close to 65 women out to lunch to try to prepare them for this shift that's on at hand. And every one of them got either bought off, offered jobs, or given grants, and
Yep.
all kind of craziness. And they
Yep.
will do that because they know the power of our women in our tribe.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, I'm sorry you took all of those
Yeah.
people out to luncheon, but I wish that I had those 65 meals out.
Me, I wish I had the 65 people. Listen,
You know,
I've been doing this for what, 10, 12 years now, trying to come together on the internet, pulling people, trying to get people. But the hate is real, okay? And when they see that you really trying to pull in the right direction, they pull in the wrong direction.
now,
You
oh
know?
yeah. Hey, bruh, Andre.
Yes.
Hey, look, you had mentioned earlier that you had participated in something, some yesterday or the day before, very, and you never did elaborate. You said that people had a funny look on their face and
Yeah,
everything.
I
Yes.
remember.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted
So,
him to continue that too.
so these were Caucasian people,
Hmm.
and it's so obvious that after the election, these people, I'm seeing it all over. Anywhere I go, it's kind of a strange disposition, and I know that some of these people were in that mentality of underwriting white supremacy, but they are. I mean, I'm telepathic. I can virtually read their minds. So
Yes.
the attitude was like, I can't talk to you. I can't speak to you. I can't establish dialogue with you because I'm getting ready to get with this white supremacy, and I can't be suspect of having any emotion or carrying attitude towards a melanated person. That's exactly what I picked up from them.
Well, you were absolutely right, because this is where they are actually moving back toward, not that they ever changed, because they always had an agenda. I remember back in the days, back during the Black Power movement, a lot of the leaders actually went and married, and not to dispel anything, or to talk bad about anybody, but many of them went and married white women. So and their excuse was, well, she can get a nice apartment somewhere, and we'll have a nice place I'll have a nice place to live, but they always buy their way into whatever. They buy their way because they know that we lack funds.
And it's
I
still
mean,
that
yeah,
way.
I could
It's
have had
still
a
that
whole
way.
lot of money in my life,
Me
you
too.
know,
Me
but I
too.
didn't. I didn't take the money because I'll never turn against my people.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
I've never been
And I'm
off.
still here. So that means that that money didn't make a difference. I'm still here. I'm healthy. I ain't on in no prescription drugs. I get up and do my exercise every day. I mean, so hey, I got a house to live in. So I didn't really need what these people, but it's materialism
But
that
see,
destroyed our people and
but
especially our women.
but
you
see,
know but
but
well,
see,
the men, I mean, I wouldn't dare pay a $500 or $600 for some shoes with some Negro's name on it.
me
you
either,
know
Mama. Me
I
either.
wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't either. But
You
look,
know what I mean?
but look, it's not so much as uh being bought either as it is the knowing who is who. See,
Yeah.
we got a whole concept of talking about how in the world you gonna let somebody say you can't mention the word Jew when it's made up? What the heck is a Jew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing. Why
Well,
is
it
everybody
does.
being
It
afraid
gets
to
you.
mention
Wait
it?
a minute. It does get you put off of YouTube,
Oh,
and at
I mean,
this
if you
point,
worried about that, then you should get put off of YouTube.
oh
But see,
well,
I'm not
no,
worried about
Lawyer
that.
Mina,
I've
please,
never.
baby,
I'm
please,
just saying,
sweetheart.
I've
No, we
never.
want the message to go out. It's not that we're afraid of anybody. We just want the message to
Well,
go
that
out.
might be you, baby, but I'm talking about the average people because when you understand that the Jews came out of Africa, when you understand that the
Well, we
Sephardic
know the
Jews,
real Jews. We're talking about these fake ones,
I'm talking about the one
and
that's
that's
over
why I
there in
call it the
Palestine. Yes,
Khazarian mafia.
yes, ma'am. The one that's in Palestine, the one that they moved from Africa to put in Palestine and created Israel and Palestine over in the Middle East. That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Ashkenazis.
Yes, ma'am. I'm talking about the
Mhm.
Sephardic. I'm talking about they got them from Ethiopia. They got them from Somalia. They got them from Bangladesh, Sudan. They got them from Tanzania. They took them from Nigeria, South Africa, Uganda. They took them from Zimbabwe, from the Limbi people. They took them from Sai Tom Principle. They took them from Sangho. They took them from Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Kenya, Madagascar. They took them over there in 1948 and created that place. And now they're over here acting like that's the biblical place. They came
Well,
from
we know
Africa.
better than that, and that's a whole nother uh,
It's a topic for another show.
topic for another day. I mean, that's a whole nother topic because we do know where Egypt is. Hey, we still got the same Memphis, Cairo, Little Egypt, all here in America along the
You talking about
Nile,
the
which
glass?
is the Mississippi.
You talking about the
Absolutely.
So
glass
we know
pyramid?
all of that. Well, I know you're trying to get out now, so
Yeah.
we're over
Yeah.
our time.
I just want to let folks know to conclude to our listening audience. If you don't get with this Aboriginal consciousness, these sisters, they see, they read auras, and if you come pure in heart, you got to bring your heart, got to come light as a feather, and they will mentor you. But if you're coming in with nonsense, they're gonna read you and tell you to keep stepping. And for those that don't want to adjust to what this is all about, you're gonna become collateral damage. And Mama Callie just confirmed what that sister was saying about our future. We're gonna win, but if you caught up in the BS with those cultures that are practicing white supremacy, hate, and manipulation. And they ain't all Caucasian people now. We got the black people.
Yeah, we
You're gonna
do.
become collateral damage. Chairman, closing words. We're 5 minutes over.
Well, I won't get into any closing words because we are a little delayed or over the time. But this has been a very, very interesting conversation, and I got a lot to add to it, but I don't want to get started. To be
Well,
continued.
we're definitely, hey, Mama Chief, Mama Kelly, if you guys can come back next week, We'll do part 2 because we didn't get into the benefits and how we're going to do this and the mechanical part of it. So I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, Junior, you want to close us out?
Mama Callie, we can talk
Yeah,
next week and make
it's
sure
been a
we get
wonderful show. I enjoyed it. We are over time, so I'm just gonna cut on to the chase. This has been a Straight Talk Network show. We love y'all. Peace out. We'll see you next week.
later. Peace out.
Hey,